All right, guys, our lesson today is simply called integers and graphing. Integers are positive whole numbers, their opposites, and zero. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Their opposites, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, etc., and zero. So today we're going to be talking about different types of positive and negative integers or numbers. And you might have a problem that asks you things like, if a baby gained 2 pounds, how would you express that as an integer? Well, it's up to, it's a positive 2. So you could say it's a positive 2, but of course the little plus sign there means positive, but a regular old number 2 is a positive number as well. So you could write +2 or just simply 2. 5 degrees below 0. Well, that's below the 0. That's a negative. So you're going to write that as -5. In this case, it would be -5 degrees. You may have some problems where they ask you to graph those integers. A couple of things that I want you to remember is that as you sketch out your number line, you need to be sure that it's spaced evenly. So I would not like it if my students drew a number line where this was -5, and this was -4, and then -3, -2, and they just kind of haphazardly drew numbers all over the place. Don't do that. Just simply make your little lines here, designating each number, space them, approximately evenly, and be sure that you label them. So your teacher may say, I want you to label every other one, or I want you to label every single one, or I want you to label every fifth one. So 5 and 10, 15, depending on how far out it went. You're kind of just zeroing in on the portion of the entire number line that involves the numbers that you're dealing with. So for this one, since we're going to graph -5 and 0 and 2, I just made my number line go from -5 to +5. There's no magic set of numbers that it needs to start with on the negative side and go to on the positive side. It just needs to be able to include the numbers that you're talking about in the problem. When we graph numbers, we simply put a dot on the number line where that location is at. So to graph -5, we just put a dot right there on -5. To graph 0, we put a dot on 0. And to graph a positive number 2, we put a dot on where 2 would be. So if this is 0, this is 1, 2. So that's where that would be. Your number line can be horizontal, which means it goes from left to right. It can also be vertical. So pick where you want your 0 to be. Everything that goes up, those are positives, kind of like the way you would read a thermometer maybe outside that shows what the temperature is. As you go up, those numbers are positive, and as you go down, those numbers are negative. So here would be your -5, here would be your 0, and right here would be your 2. And you draw those dots right on the line itself. It's as simple as that.